Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, the time's approximately 6 p.m. and February 10th, 2022 Farragut Board Mayor and Alderman meeting will now come to order. All of our Farragut Board Mayor and Alderman meetings are public notice per Tennessee state law. Our meetings can be seen live on Charter Channel 193 or TDS Channel 3, as well as our Farragut YouTube channel and our website. It will also be recorded and can be viewed at a later date on Town of Farragut YouTube channel, as well as the Charter Channel 193 and TDS Channel 3. During the regular posted agenda, all comments or questions from Farragut residents will now be in person. If you are interested in speaking, we ask that you fill out a blue card with your name and address and agenda number and turn it in to the town recorder prior to the start of the meeting. The mayor or the vice mayor shall maintain the control of the meeting to provide professional, objective environment, so please read the posted comment protocol and understand that there will be a 5-minute limit for each speaker. At the end of tonight's business meeting, there will be time reserved for public comment under the Citizens Forum agenda, in which the same rules apply as a regular posted agenda item. Okay, we'll start tonight with a silent prayer, and that will be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to our country's flag. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, now I'll ask the town recorder to please take a attendance roll call for a quorum.
Alderman Burnett.
Here.
Alderman Meyer.
Here.
Alderman Pinchuk.
Here.
Alderman Poughlin. Here. Mayor Williams.
Mayor Williams here. Thank you, Allison. Okay, approval of the agenda. Is there any agenda amendments?
No, sir.
None. Okay, I'll ask for a motion, please.
Move to approve.
Okay. Motion made and seconded. All in favor of approval, please say yes.
Yes.
Let the record show that the February 10th, 2022 agenda has been approved as stated. Approval of minutes. Is there any amendments to the minutes?
Yes, sir.
None. With that, then I'll ask for a motion, please.
Move for approval.
Second.
Okay. All in favor of approval, please say yes.
Yes.
Let the record show that January 27th, 2021 minutes have been approved as stated and will be recorded as official minutes of that meeting. Okay, in the mayor's report, I want to start out by thanking our Parks and Rec staff for their fill-in work while we were short-staffed. We're very proud of our staff for their dedication to our town and how they step up when needed. Next, I want to recognize Hunter Gray. He's our community center operator who is earning his master's degree in sports men from ETSU in Johnson City. He has attended the National Collegiate Sports Sales Championship in Atlanta this week. This was an opportunity for students to showcase their sports sales skills in a competitive format, and Hunter placed 8th out of 180 participants in sales competition and first in the Speed Sale Challenge. I'd like to see what that is. As voted by the recruiter at the event. Also, we want to recognize our town administrator, David Smoke, on his 12-year anniversary with the town of Farragut. I told him a few weeks ago that I may be totally retired, but in my wheelchair, but I'll still roll in for his 30th year retirement party.
I don't know if I'll make it to 30, Mayor.
Okay. Also, I'd like for Mike Walker to step up to the mic, please, and introduce himself.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Hope I don't make too much noise. My apologies. My name is Mike Walker. Address is 160 North Campbell Station Drive. I'm with Rural Metro Fire. I am the new account executive for membership services. I am the new kid in town. I just recently moved here from the great state of West Virginia, and now I am a permanent resident of Knox County and Knoxville and all that happy-go-lucky fun stuff. But with the new year that's come in, I wanted to take the time and set this time aside to, one, come introduce myself. You're going to see my name and you're going to see my face a lot. I am going to be heavily tied into the Farragut community, and I wanted to meet you first. So thank you, Mr. Mayor, for allowing me to take the time to say hello, introduce myself, and if there's any questions, if I may approach the board, I also like to give you my personal card as well, so that way you have my cell phone. Please always utilize Chief Harnish, Chief Devlin as well, but I wanted you to have my number. So if there's any membership questions that come in through your offices, please reach out to me directly. I have a 24-hour number. That is one of the first things that I was proud of to introduce when I first came here. The member services number is 8 to 5, respectively, Monday through Friday, but now we've added a 24-hour non-emergency number. So if anybody has any questions or want to sign up or anything of that nature, they can call me anytime, day or night, or email me. I will answer. Last week I was out sick, not COVID. Don't worry about that. But I still got a phone call at 2 a.m. and I still answered, because I love my job. We're part of the bigger corporation, Global Medical Response. I've been with this company now 9 years. I'm actually a retired fireman from the state of West Virginia. 20 years in and out, so this is not my first go-around in the fire service. But I'm proud to serve the citizens of Farragut now. So if I may I please approach?
Go ahead, yeah.
Just give it to him and he'll pass them down.
Oh, we're back in high school.
Yeah.
Cool.
Take one, pass it down.
Thank you. Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
I'm going to remain to the end of the meeting. If anybody does have any questions, I'm sorry to take up so much of your time, but I do thank everyone again, and I do appreciate it.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you coming, Mike. Good to see you and welcome. Okay, I'd be remiss if I didn't say something about our exit. The funding that has been put aside by the governor for our exit and for the Watt Road exit. If you see our legislators, particularly Jason Zachary or Senator Massey or Senator Briggs or Representative Lafferty, please thank them, because they are directly responsible for keeping the push on to get the funding underway and appropriated. So I just had to bring that up again. And I'll now turn it over to the Vice Mayor for her report.
The only thing on my report tonight is we have Julie from the chamber. Did you want to come up and talk about it, or are we fine not to? Are you getting tired of doing that every month? I mean,
That sounds like a challenge.
yeah.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I don't want to wear you out.
I think she's got
I always
energy.
like
What do
to
you
see
think?
you here.
Well, after celebrating my 10-year anniversary just this past fall at the chamber, I don't think you can wear me out just yet. You're going to have to work harder. But David, I will not be at the February Farragut West Knox Chamber Board meeting, so I expect you in attendance to keep my board in line, please.
I think that's possible.
I'll pray for you. All right. You have the report in front of you for our engagements from the month of January, which we just completed. One thing that's not on your report, and I'm sorry it's not, but I wanted to note, a question came up at our recent board retreat about retention rates, and retention rates are really important to any membership organization. As we know, in a lot of businesses, it is much more economical to keep someone happy than it is to continually have that turnover, whether it's staff or customers. So I pulled the last 5 years of retention data, and we just got the 2021 data settled. So back in 2017, we made a database changeover, and a lot of times when you do that, you find out inaccuracies, especially when you're using separate systems for your billing and whatnot. And so we discovered that our retention was only 79%. The ideal for a Chamber of Commerce is 85%. You know, that's kind of the goal, and then anything above that is wonderful. 2018, we tracked up to 81.7, 2019, 84.2. 2020, we took a fall. We went back down to 79.4. However, I'm pleased to report that as of completion of 21, we are at 85.22%. So things are going well, and as you can see, January was a busy month for new members, 13 total to report. Only one that is in Farragut. It's a home-based business. They will probably be seeking commercial space. I'm not sure if it will be within the town of Farragut, just based on ordinances, because what it is, Crusher, Knoxville, is it's a compacting company. And so they bring the equivalent of a driveway dumpster, which you guys are familiar with, but it's mostly for commercial sites. And so what they do is they compact the trash so that more fits into less space, and then they cart it away. It's used widely in Europe. It's very popular in California. It's a greener way of doing trash. So they're really excited. They are another one of our relocations from the Great North. So if you ever run into them at one of our networkings, please say hello. And then just a couple things from January I wanted to point out. Obviously, in the winter months, and especially with the spikes with COVID, we had less events, and we were really okay with that, honestly. We just kind of let the calendar fall as it did for February, too, until a lot of this passes. I do need to give kudos and shout out to my staff, which currently is one, and that's Suzanne. And I know not all of you have seen her recently, but if you come by the office or if you do see her, please tell her how important she is to the chamber and how she's doing a great job. I did get caught by COVID after 2 years, the day before our breakfast speaker series in person. So I obviously could not be there in good faith or conscience, and so with 24 hours notice, she had to pull that event off with over 100 people by herself. Our volunteers did help her, but it was a really good reminder that sometimes things are better off when I'm actually not present. So I'm just very grateful, and I hope that you extend that to her too. We also did a ribbon cutting for Smith Handyman service, and I've seen some of their signs in yards around Farragut. So they're doing some roof work and some handyman work. They're not located in Farragut, but very professional company and organization. And just a funny story, when we went to do their ribbon cutting to celebrate them, they had a patch in their parking area which was grass, and underneath that grass was mud. Underneath the mud, I think, was quicksand. And guess whose car got stuck in it? So after much ado and a lot of mud flying, they were consummate professionals, extremely kind, and their owner said that they behave that way in and outside of their office. So if you ever need a good handyman service or need to refer one, please recommend them. Stuff that's coming up and that's new. So our Farragut Board Nominating Committee got 11 applications for our Board of Directors, which they are reviewing for open seats. It was a pretty wide variety of small and large business. So looking forward to seeing their slate of recommended nominees. We did finish our board retreat on February the 1st. We certainly missed the mayor, but David did a fantastic job in his absence. He answered a lot of questions, and he dovetailed really nicely with the presentation from Mayor Glenn Jacobs, hopefully giving our board an opportunity just to understand what's going on within the county and also within Farragut and how the two relate and talk to each other, and how that relates to the things that our board needs to be thinking about as we plan. They did a SWOT review and decided that for the next 3 years through 25, we're going to focus on improved and diversified programming, better marketing, and that's marketing for the chamber and for the businesses. So we think there's a lot of opportunities there. And then, of course, economic development opportunities. What that looks like, we've got some ideas, but we're certainly looking forward to more feedback through Trevor, working on an economic development plan and seeing how we can make some gains and some improvements together. I did officially this week hire a new communications coordinator, and she will be starting on February the 28th. And I'm really, really excited. I'm making a long list of things that are going to come off my plate. So I'll be introducing you to her soon. Steve and I are continuing planning for the What's Out West Pop-Up Expo. We have a meeting tomorrow, and so we're going to be having a lot more regular meetings going on as we lead up to that. You'll be seeing more information and press releases coming. One of our businesses, Omega Digital Solutions, was featured in Mayor Jacobs' small business video series this month at our recommendation. We try, of course, to be fair about who we recommend from the membership, and we try to make it an even mix between, Knoxville, Knox County, and Farragut. So we're glad when some of our businesses get in there. I'll be missing the board meeting because I'll be at the Tennessee State Chamber's Legislative Conference and Day on the Hill, so looking forward to information from that. Spring November orientation, in your list of events there on the right column, is March the 8th at the community center. We're glad it's not spring break for once. So I would love to see you all there. The businesses would love to meet you, even if they're coming from outside of Farragut. You know, some of them may not yet have chosen a home, or they may have had a home for several years and they come because they're looking to get information on what their future could look like. So it's really important when they get to meet you all. And just as a interest and fun thing, myself and Suzanne were recommended by our local FBI rep for the Knoxville FBI Citizens Academy this spring. So we'll be participating in that in March and April.
That's awesome.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know.
If I don't come to the next meeting, you'll know I did something wrong, and
Know your witness
and
protection.
I had to go away. So that being said, questions?
The only thing I see is a typo with networking for State Farm, Mansour Hassan.
Yes.
You have 623 Lindsay Place, which is the...
Pardon me.
Yeah, so I just want this, you all to know that that's just a typo and you need to be, he's at Kingston, on Kingston Pike, so
He is.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
we would hate for people to show up at,
Child help.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why am I here?
Yeah. That's just to make sure you guys are reading the report.
There you go.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
And I'm glad that you guys were able to reschedule with the Loudoun County Chamber.
Yes.
I know that was short notice, but obviously for very good reason.
Yeah, that is next Tuesday, happily quicker than we thought we could get it rescheduled. And of course, you all, as well as the Loudoun County elected officials, are invited, warmly welcome to attend if you have the ability next Tuesday. So,
Thank you, Julie.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is that we now have a roof on the Aldi, so it's the store is
Really?
starting
Wow.
to take shape. So, okay, thank you, Julie. And next will be the one business item that we have on tonight's agenda for consideration. It's approval of professional service agreement from LDA Engineering, Inc. for design of the Little Turkey Creek Greenway, the Berkmir to Sheffield connection.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm Brandon Tupper, Assistant Town Engineer, and I'll be presenting this item today. As the Mayor introduced, this is the approval of the Professional Services Agreement with LDA Engineering for design of the Little Turkey Creek Greenway, the connection between Berkmir and Sheffield. So the background to this project is in the town's FY 2022 capital investment program, we included funding for the design and acquisition of easements for this Greenway connection along Little Turkey Creek between the Berkmir and Sheffield subdivisions. We all know that one of the board's critical success factors was providing excellent parks, recreation, and cultural amenities and programs. I recently talked with Sue Stool. She said consistently the number one or one of the top feedback from the citizens is Greenway connections. So we know it's a priority for our citizens. So this is one of the critical connections for them. So attached to the agenda is the proposal from LDA Engineering. It is for a total not to exceed of $62,500. There's three line items essentially in this. There's a $51,000 base contract. That's for all the design services, survey, development of the right-of-way and easement acquisition documents, and then final design plans. There's a line item for no-rise certification. Now, this is only on an as-needed basis. We know that this Greenway runs along the creek, and the plan right now is to stay out of the floodway and above the no-fill line, so we don't believe that this will be needed based on preliminary survey, but we did include it in the proposal just in case it is needed. And then a third line item for construction administration support. Again, this would be things like attending the pre-construction meeting, responding to requests for informations, and things of that nature. There's also a schedule in the proposal. It's roughly 3 months for development of the design documents, so we expect it to be complete in this summer of 2022. Then we'll require a couple of easements, 2, possibly 3 easements to be acquired. That'll be another probably 3 months, and we're hoping to go to bid probably this winter in the FY 2023 year. We selected LDA Engineering from our on-call Parks and Recreation request for qualifications. We selected them because they brought a strong civil engineering-led team. This project will be particularly challenging from a Greenway. It's pretty steep along that eastern bank there, so it's going to take probably some retaining walls, small retaining walls, and just some creative engineering to really make this project work. So we felt comfortable going with the LDA team for that. So with that said, I'd like to recommend approval of the professional services agreement with LDA Engineering for the not to exceed amount of $62,500.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, any questions for Brandon?
I have a few.
Okay. Great, go ahead.
Easements, are we looking for where it gets narrow by the stream? I guess is that Kingsgate Properties there? That's where we think we're going to need the easement?
Yes, ma'am. Where the path starts is on the actual Saddlebrook property there at Berkmir. Now, they did dedicate an easement with their plat, so we do not need to acquire one from them.
Okay.
Then it crosses onto town property, and then there's three, yes, correct, Kingsgate addresses there that we're, again, going to try to stay as close as we can to the creek, but we have to get above that no-fill line.
Yeah.
So it'll probably just be a small easement right on the back of those properties.
Okay, and the bridge is already constructed, as it states here, it's existing bridge, that's already constructed?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. How long has that been in place, do we know?
Roughly 2 years. They
Oh,
put
okay.
it, they put it in with the
Okay.
Berkmir Phase 1.
Okay. And I'm seeing that we had a project budget of $240,000. We have a remaining amount after this of $57,000. That doesn't sound like that's going to cover the construction. Are we going to have to expand this budget, or?
Alderman, there are more dollars in next year's CIP that
Oh,
will
okay.
cover
This
the
is
construction
just-
of this.
Okay.
This is just for design right now.
Understand. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's all I had.
Ron, you have anything?
I have no further questions.
Drew?
No questions.
And Scott's already said, I don't have any. I pretty well went over this. I've walked it, and it's going to be a outstanding project. You
Yep.
guys are going to have your plate full trying to get it to wind around there and stay out of the zone, so it's, good luck with it.
Thank you.
Okay, with discussion closed, I'll ask that all in favor of approval, please say so by saying yes.
Yes.
Let the record show the agreement has been approved.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, we have no ordinances tonight to review on tonight's agenda, so next will be the town administrator's report.
I have nothing to report tonight, Mayor.
Okay. Then Tom is not here. Citizens forum, do we have any citizens
No,
to
sir.
speak? None at all? Okay. Then, if that's the case, its time is approximately 6:23. And without objection, February 10th, 2022, Board Mayor and Alderman meeting is now adjourned.